Alright, what's up you guys? I'm back inside. This is actually a post-recording of today's vlog, but I do want to include that it's almost more important than virtually anything else. But if you're a subscriber and you like, and you've been following along with me and you kind of like mostly what you see, and you kind of want to be notified when I post, there is actually a way that YouTube does that. Hit that notification bell. I'd really appreciate that because I get notifications from my favorite YouTubers and it's very useful, like, cause you can see the title of it and you get like just one notification on your phone, and it's pretty amazing. It's a nice, useful tool for YouTubers to remind their fans, or really whoever you guys are, viewers, fans, I don't know what to call you guys, my LYV gang, that I posted. And this is just the best way for me to remind you guys because it shows a little thumbnail and my title of my video. Like I said earlier, I put in a little creative work into all of that, so just wanted to throw that in there before I started today's video. Wow, that lighting is crazy. All right, here it is. I hope you guys enjoy. Yo, what is going on? I'm gonna keep the camera rolling. I promised you guys daily vlogs. Today's gonna be a little bit different. I'm super blue right now. I'm not normally blue in real life. Let's go ahead and figure out this white balance. I wanted to have a task, and my task was to create a clickbait title, a non-edited video, 10 minutes raw vlog of a good title to get you guys to click on my video, as well as you know, just some hardcore genuine content. So with this said, you guys are looking at my 84 BMW E30 325e. As you can see, it is mostly perfectly fine. Most people wouldn't look at it and think it was considered in an accident or has any damage. But with that said, it actually does have damage quite a bit. It's been in multiple accidents. So disregarding this title, I don't want you to think that I'm lying to you. I don't usually lie. I do clickbait, and that's part of YouTube, and I love it. It's like you get creative with your thumbnail, and you get creative with your title. That's why and then it creates a video too. So that's why I ended up doing what I did, and I have a lot of video ideas that I want to be doing every day because I have to. To daily vlog, I gotta be coming up with ideas. It's not really always on the spot as much as I would like it to be, because to keep things genuine, you have to have like people around. You just have to have events. You got to plan things, which is totally cool. Or even if you're just like, you have that amazing lifestyle, you still have to get creative. So with that said, this video is titled the way it is because I'm gonna pull my front bumper off. I'm gonna see about taking out my grills. I might do a little time lapse here, so that'll probably be about the only editing I do. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and pull those out. Yeah, so I got the grill off, the bumper off, and now to show you what I mean by my car's total. And in a way, I mean, if I were to sell this car, it would be salvage title. I think because it's considered a classic, it's not. But yeah, let's go take a look in here. So right here, if you guys don't know what a radiator support is, this is your radiator support. For most every car has it if they have a radiator. So mine started with a little story of 16-year-old Drew. I bought this car when I was 16. It wasn't my first car, but it was my first car in a way that I bought it myself. And I'm liking this vlog so far. I hope you guys are. My Jeep was my first vehicle. It was a Cherokee. Love XJs. Like this video if you like Jeeps. I'm more into trucks now if I were to by a vehicle. Disregarding that, but that happened. My mom bought it. I was super happy. That's what I wanted. I wanted an E46 as well, but it's a little out of our price range, so we got the XJ. Loved it. Put a little lift on it. Spent the night at my girlfriend's house when I wasn't supposed to. Got grounded from it for literally 1 day. Went to work without it. Came back. The whole rear end was totaled. My someone I went to school with just came around. Whoop-ah! The whole rear end of it just caved in, and that's when I started believing that everything happens for a reason, in a way that I would have never learned how to drive a stick. I would have never bought in this car. I don't know what it was that made me want to buy an E30. It was a white E30 I think I saw online. A couple other E30. I think it was some drift E30s that were set up super aggressive. I loved it, like incredibly wide stance. And in a way, I'm super glad that you know, they all had like fatter, you know, body kits, and a lot of them were even wide bodied. And I'm glad that I went in the direction I did, which was like influential of drift and Euro and literally all of it. So that happened. I ended up getting this car for $900. What a steal. You cannot get that anymore. For an E30, like driving E30, you know, in that condition, it would be around, you'd have ended up paying $1,500 for my car, even with the paint in the shape that it was in. But it was badass car. I mean, I romped on it for all of high school, except for the first time I consider it getting in an accident. It was my fault. I was with that same girl. We were just getting out of the movies. I was in Colorado at the time, right? That's where I'm from. And the windshield was just frosted over. You know, like, you trust yourself. You live in a state like this, it's like, you know when it's like too much. And we live so close. Well, I live really close, like just down the street, and I think I know where I'm going. You know, we genuinely looked for a scraper in my car. I even think I used this is crazy. You know the cages that you use for when you slide in your stereo? I think it was the stock cage, because I put an aftermarket stereo in around that time. Damn, I'm remembering a lot for this story. I like story times. If you guys like story times, I can tell you more stories. But this one's good. I'm liking this vlog. So that happened. I was using one of those cages, right? And I was scraping. I was like, this is not working. I'm really close. And we just went, right? And I was doing fine. I had my brights on and everything. You gotta admit, this car's like your not everyday normal car. You know, so like it takes a while for like defrosters to work and the heater to warm up, a little more than a typical car would. So give it a little slack. It was my daily for a long time, but I was a little stupid kid sometimes. So I drove with frost on my windshield. You know when you see something and then you second guess yourself, and then you make the wrong decision because you second guess yourself? Well, that's what happened. I was driving, I saw the light pole, and then I turned, and then for some reason, and then it was over with. Why I turned into the light pole, I have no idea. I kind of knew I was doing it, because I was like, oh, am I about to drive? Is this the median that I gotta move over, you know? I gotta not be in the median, so I quickly made a decision to not hit them, but I wasn't even close. That just goes to show, driving is so important. Put down your phones. If you can control yourself in your car and accidents, do it, you know? It's not worth it. Take your time. And I think that was my first lesson where it's like, it would have saved 20 seconds to, you know, like look for something else or call my dad, you know, whatever. He was, like I said, I was around the corner. But I don't want to make this too long, because that was the first time that I got hit. That is one keyword, one of the times this car has gotten hit. This is the reason why it's in the stage that it is now. I do believe that it would be further if I wasn't freaking fixing everybody else's mistakes. And I say everybody else's because here and out was everybody else's. I'm fucking with this lighting because it's like light over there, but it's like falling dark. The pole damaged my hood. I got another hood. I had I'll throw up a picture. Happened basically the first time, right? So I replaced the hood, replaced the bumper. You know, I was driving around with a dumbass bumper, but now I'm looking at it. I don't know, I think that was the only thing that was damaged, was exterior at that point. Next, this is what really sucks. Right here, here's my condenser, right? Okay, so fast forward, I just got my car, you know, I didn't have tags on it, I believe, and I was gonna go get emissions, and I was in the process of just like getting it back on the road. It was broken down for some reason, and literally the first time I went to go drive to go get emissions, this infuriates me, but it worked out. I can't believe I'm reliving this. Sitting there, right, at the stop light, the van in front of me puts on his reverse lights, floors it behind me. I come out, this in here, everything just pushed, coolant dumping. I don't think I've ever like initially gotten so upset at somebody, and you know, and I felt bad. Like he knew that like what he did was wrong, so when I realized that like being angry is not gonna solve anything, but he knew I was passionate about this vehicle. He followed me home, he told me home. Again, why everything happens for a reason. You know, I don't really like to, everybody might make a sob story in case they don't have insurance, etc. You know, like, he genuinely felt bad, you know, because this isn't your typical car. And he was rewinding for, or he was reversing for rewinding for a reason, you know, and it was pretty heavy. And it was just a heavy situation, and I was like, of all things, you know, I didn't think I would be like okay with the fact that someone just hit my car, but it's just like, he made it okay because he was a genuine person over time. Obviously it wasn't okay. You should always follow traffic laws, you know. There's other people on the road. This whole story really should be like, respect other people on the road. But in a way, it's how you take action afterwards. Like if I were yelling and then he started yelling at me back and stuff, it just would have been way messy, and I would have regretted that, and that wouldn't have been worth it whatsoever. But he made it right, and it ended up funding the repairs, and then a little sum too went right back into this car. I can't remember specifically, but so that's where that damage came from. Like maybe I'll go into different stages, but this is about accidents that have happened to my car. Someone clipped my front right. This is the third time this car has been in an accident. I was driving home from work, about to put these tires on these wheels. Not these tires, but the first time I was about to mount these wheels, and someone just ran a red light. You know what? It's literally being aware. You know what? And I even have a second thought that like it wasn't even yellow on my end, but I was thinking about slowing down, you know, and maybe I would have slowed down enough to stop. Regardless, wasn't my fault. I ended up getting a little check again, and it's still frustrating because I mean it was fixed. I ended up getting the M-Tech bumpers and in replacement of that to work with that. I just want to shout out this camera. It looks a lot lighter on the camera than it is outside, so I'm glad I have that. I do kind of want to wrap it up here before it gets too dark. I'm gonna pop open this hood here and show you guys maybe some more specific damage, but it's basically here. Got some serious damage back here. This is again part of the headlight pocket, and then like I said up. But yeah, because it's getting a little dark out, I don't want to run this video too late because I do got to put this back together. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Go ahead and like this video if you like the car content. Go ahead and subscribe if you want. It's free. I post daily. Like, I'm putting in a lot of work, so if you like even one video, I'm sure you're gonna like some more here and out. So and go ahead and comment if you guys have any questions about today's video. I can maybe even include it in a future video or answer it down below. I always answer all my comments. I'm trying to keep it as real as possible. I really want to talk to you guys so that I can, you know, even if I'm not getting responses back, that's okay for now. You guys will come around, I believe it. I just know that you're there and you guys are watching, because I found out like random times and I'm like, you watch? It's like, man, I had no idea. So I'm trying to keep it real, you guys, I promise. Dailying, I love watching daily vloggers, so here's to manifestation and being a daily motherfucking vlogger.
We out.